is where the fun begins.
So I got some articles we're gonna get into in a minute, but I got a funny
Yeah.
story on how I found your channel. And
Yay. I
it's
love
probably
these.
like most people's. So I was watching Nerd Theory Monday live as I usually do on Mondays, and I remember the episode, and like before you got on that episode, you had what, like 4, 5, 600 subs or something like that. Do you
No,
remember?
not I had just over 200. I was about
Okay.
205. I remember because I was
Okay.
like counting one by one. I was like,
Okay,
I need
okay.
Yeah.
So I was watching, and then I saw Theory posted the link, and he had a bunch of people on. So I was like, all right, that's cool. And then at one point it froze, and then all that was left was you. And you were like, hello, is it just me here? And you took it over. And like, I'm not gonna lie, before you came on, I was kind of getting a little bored because it was like a bunch of people and everyone was talking over each other. So when you came on, you just crushed it, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" So I went right away and I subbed, and I think when I went, I was like number like 300 or 400, and then I was kind of nosy, and then the next day when I woke up, I looked again because I wanted to see what your sub count was at, and you were over 1,000 like the next morning. I was like, "Holy crap!" So what was that like running a 3 million subscriber show and then like kind of blowing up overnight from 200 to over 1,000 subs?
Yeah, it was a very, very strange, like 24, 36-hour period.
Yeah.
And like you said, like that's exactly how it went. Like everyone was trying to get in, and I kind of jumped on actually not like really expecting to go on. Like I was literally like folding washing as I'm like watching the show, and there's like, oh, come on in, and I'm like, that'd be funny. Imagine if I got on. That's so funny. And then, like you said, like the whole ton of events, like everyone's cut out. Like no, Josh and Theory aren't even there, and it's just me.
Yeah.
And it is funny. I went back and watched it myself, and it's like 60 seconds of me just going, is it just me here? Am I live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what is going on? But yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I just kind of clicked into host mode. I think, on my own channel, it is just me doing the live show. So I'm pretty versed in just having the camera and going, hey, let's talk about Star Wars. This is what I think about this, and kind of presenting in that way. So that was very natural to me in that situation.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't look at the amount of people watching or who's in their live, because I know it can be distracting. So I don't think I really realized like the kind of the weight and the amount of people are like having eyes on me at that moment. But then it really set in afterwards when I hopped offline, and then I think I texted my brother. I have 2 other brothers that follow Theory as well, and I texted them going, guys, I just got on Theory somehow, and they're like, what the hell's happened? And then I checked the channel, and it climbed a couple hundred, just like every 10 minutes, a couple more hundred. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So it was pretty insane. And like I said, I only started the channel back in July last year. And so every 10 new subscribers I was counting, on my hand, go, oh, this person subscribed. I got 1 more, 2 more. And it was the little victories. So then to be cheering on 5 more subscribers, and then I'm going, how do I cheer on 500 more subscribers? Like my brain was just not computing what was happening. But yeah, so it was a freak of nature. It was just such a fluke. But I take it. I don't believe in luck. I believe in the Force. So hopefully that was the goodwill of the Force.
No, that was, and it was so funny when you came on. You were like, "Is it okay if I plug my channel?" And then you just plugged your channel, and that's what's.
I felt bad for that.
Yeah, no, but it worked, and like that's crazy, and it's funny because they still mention you all the time. Like I don't know if you saw this last Monday the whole show, but I sent them a super chat right at the beginning, and I mentioned that I started my podcast, and I was gonna have you on this week, and they're both like, oh, cool, and then they mentioned you like 3 or 4 times more later in the show. Like one point, Josh left because he had to go to the bathroom, and Theory was like, "Where's Hannah when you need her?" Like they were like name dropping you a bunch. It was pretty funny.
That is epic,
yeah. But and then I remember when he had the whole bricks and screws thing, he brought you on, and you were on that episode too, and you had like the screws ready to go, and you were kind of showing them and schooling them.
You have screws, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a good time. I mean, it's just interesting connecting with new Star Wars creators, and Theory's pretty well known for being the top dog in the Star Wars content creation. So it's been pretty epic to be like, oh, he knows my name. That's random. I'm just this random 23-year-old Aussie in the middle of Australia just doing this, and he knows my name. So it's pretty freaky.
That's awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So the first article we're gonna get into, I'll bring it up in a second. It's about Celebration. But speaking of Star Wars Celebration, so I know you were at Anaheim. Was that your first celebration, or have you been to a couple?
Yeah, that was my very first celebration. Very, very first. And it was a pretty good first. A lot happened. There was a lot to see at it.
Were you there for all 4 days?
Yes, all 4 days.
All 4 days. And did you get into all the major panels?
I would say the major ones. Like I was in the opening ceremony one, and I think that was linked with the Mandoverse one. If I remember correctly,
the Lucas panel showcase on the first day.
Yeah, that one. So that was the same show, wasn't it?
Yeah, that panel, I almost cried like 4 times because
I did cry 4 times.
Yeah. So like when they came out and they had Duel of the Fates, they were playing that live. Like that's my favorite song. And then when Hayden and Hewan came out on stage and invited us back I was blown away. And then I didn't expect the stage to rotate and John Williams to pop up and play us a couple songs.
Yeah,
like that was,
and then Harrison comes out.
Yeah, like that's the grumpiest man when it comes to Star Wars, and he just strolls out for John Williams. Yeah. Like that was
freaky.
I've never seen a panel that crazy, but like for you to experience that for your first
first celebration, first like time in an auditorium like this, like seeing something like this, it was just like all these major things happening, and I was like, oh my god, it was so overwhelming in a great way.
So what'd you think about the overall your whole time there for those 4 days?
Yeah, it was just it's what you see people talk about it as. It is just such an overwhelmingly joyful experience just to be immersed like that into Star Wars. Like I've been to a few conventions, like comic conventions here in Sydney, and that's good, and you'll see the Stormtrooper and you'll see a Darth Vader, and that's fun. But to be in a place where I don't even know how many people are there, like 10,000 people, I don't know.
More than that,
the amount of people was just so overwhelming in a great way of just and everyone's dressed up. Most people are dressed up in cosplay, and if you're not in cosplay, you're just decked out with your Star Wars shirts and hats and everything. And it was just such a warm environment of like, wow, I can just be the total utter nerd I want to be right now, and just like nerd out, talk about Star Wars and look at everything and have fun with it. So yeah, that was pretty much just my whole experience, the 4 days, just walking around with my mouth open, just going, oh my, this is epic. Yeah.
So that's the third one that I went to. My first one I went to was 2017 in Orlando, and I only went for 2 days because I figured, 2 days would be enough. But like after the 2 days, I was like, wow, that was not enough. So me and my buddy, Chicago was 2019. We got the 5-day pass, so we went to Chicago. That was amazing out there. And then for Anaheim, we got the 4-day pass right away. So he's actually coming with me too. We're going to London, so we have the 4-day pass for out there. So so excited for that. Oh,
that it should be a pretty good celebration, I think, because if I had to guess anything for the celebration, I feel like we're going to get a lot of Ahsoka content, if not an Ahsoka trailer. And same with Skeleton Crew. Like, there's kind of been odd rumors that pretty good rumors that both have kind of wrapped their production and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, we're ready for a trailer. I think that's where we'll be getting those and things like that.
Yeah, I think for sure we'll get an Ahsoka panel and a trailer and a release date because it's dropping this year.
Yeah, right?
And then
we still don't know when.
Yep. And then Skeleton Crew will probably get a panel, but the other panel that's for sure is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So I'm hoping Mark Hamill is out there because I want to get a picture with him. I'll probably cry. I'll probably cry if I see that man and get a photo with him. Like that, he just means so much. Like it's Mark Hamill. Like,
I feel like that's just the sentence to sum it up. It's Mark Hamill. It's it's Mark Hamill. Like you just can't describe it. It's just like it's him.
It's him. Yeah.